life and so forth. So there are the fear nobody wants. And how to get rid of fear? Finally, to get rid of the fear, not just temporarily, not just a respite, but ultimate overcoming of the fear is possible only if one understands the concept of emptiness. And that, don't just believe in it. I'm reiterating on this. Don't just believe in this. You have to study this, and you must gain the conviction through study, analysis, and reasoning and questioning. Only then you must gain the conviction. Otherwise, just believe, okay, he said it, it must be true. No, there's no room for blind faith in this, in this context. Okay, so now with this second turning wheel of Dharma, the place where Rajgir, the place is Rajgir, the second turning wheel of Dharma, and the target audience of the number 4, the highest, which is Madhyamika philosophers or Madhyamika practitioners, Madhyamika philosophers. That is the target audience, and the subject matter is on emptiness. To know the third noble truth so well, precisely third noble truth in a very loose sense. What is third noble truth? Cessation of suffering, where your suffering comes to the end. Okay, that's a very loose the way of understanding the truth of cessation. But the actual truth of cessation, right? You just get a glimpse of it and goosebumps should come on your body, right? For that matter, you need to understand emptiness. Okay, so this emptiness, the truth of this, the cessation of suffering, the third truth, that is explained in great detail in this second turning wheel of Dharma. And the target audience is Madhyamika philosophers. Okay, now number 3, the third turning wheel of Dharma, the place Vaishali, 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 the place of Vaishali, and the target audience is number 3. Which is number 3? Chetamatra philosophers, right? Number 3. Chetamatra philosophers, and the subject matter is the, okay, to make it very simple, the subject matter is Chetamatra philosophy, which says that everything is nature of your mind. Chetamatra philosophy, and Chetamatra philosophy, technically, if you want to put it technically, the subject matter is distinguishing the characteristics. Okay, this is a technical term. I don't want to go into detail because in 3 days I have to cover how many stanzas? Huh? How many stanzas are there? Anyone? Huh? 101, right? So there's a lot of things to cover. Okay. So with this, the Chetamatra philosophy, and interestingly, the third turning wheel of Dharma, how it happened was that the Buddha Shakyamuni was presiding over the congregation, and there was a huge group of the audience, and amongst them the brilliant the bodhisattvas, the 10 booming bodhisattvas, meaning the bodhisattvas on the last stage to become Buddhas, extremely outstanding bodhisattvas, they were all there. And the 10 bodhisattvas, they asked 10 different questions to the Buddha. And of the 10, what we are talking about now is the bodhisattva by the name, in Tibetan we translate his name as Tundamyandabha. Okay, so he asked his question related to the other bodhisattvas. They asked about what is the true nature of the mind and all the rest of his topics. This bodhisattva asked a question about, in the first turning wheel of Dharma, the Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths and saying that everything exists truly. Second turning wheel of Dharma, the Buddha said You taught emptiness where nothing exists truly. So many people, they're confused. What is the intention of you teaching the contradictory teachings? So to resolve this contradiction, the Buddha taught the third turning. You're getting it? Okay. So that came to be known as the third turning of Dharma. So third turning of Dharma, which we are studying now, this is only a part of the answers given to the 10 questions asked by the 10 Bodhisattvas to the Buddha. You're getting it? Okay. So with this, on the what we're doing here in praise of Dharmadhatu here, this is in relation to the third turning of the wheel of Dharma. This is like a commentary on one part of the third turning of the wheel of Dharma. Okay. So page 53. Page 53. Okay, all of us came just today, right? Okay, I'm sure that most of you are tired. How many hours drive? How many hours? Huh? You? 3 hours. Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure that many are tired. Okay, so what we'll do is that I'll give you first, I'll give you a very simple intro of this text, and then don't expect that, okay, we're lucky the text is very simple. Don't expect that it's going to be very complicated, right? It's going to be really complicated, don't worry. Okay, so what is being taught here in praise of Dharmadhatu? Dharmadhatu, in simple terms, Dharmadhatu is the Buddha nature within you. What is Buddha nature? You're getting it? First, what is Dharmadhatu? Dharmadhatu is the Buddha nature within you. What is Buddha nature? Buddha nature is nothing to do with the Buddhism. It has nothing to do with Buddhism. Buddha means the awakened one. Awakened one. Awakened one whose purity, the seed of perfection, becomes manifest. But everyone, whether you're Buddhist, non-Buddhist, whether you're boy, girl, educated, uneducated, or these young, old, everyone has this seed of perfection within each one of us. Everyone has that seed of perfection. So in other words, the treasure of happiness is within us. Treasure of happiness is within us. Not just treasure happiness, the treasure of ultimate happiness is within us. It's a matter of you are able to discover that or not. If you discover it, you are the awakened one. You are the one. Right? It's not that only if you follow Buddhism, then you can become, then the Buddha nature is given to you. No, everybody has it. Even you against Buddhism, even still you have this Buddha nature. Everybody has this. It's not about whether you are into ism. This treasure, the reality is within us, each one of us. So this treasure of ultimate happiness, let me give you some example. Okay, one. Let's say that the gold ore, from the gold mine, you extract the ore, and the gold ore is nothing but the soil. It's like earth and soil. And ordinary people like us, you look at it, and we see this as just like soil. What is this? There's nothing gold there. There's no gold there. But the gold experts will see gold there. You getting it? Okay. Gold experts will see gold there. It's not through their eyes, through their experience. They say that yes, there is a gold there. And how will they convince us that the presence of this gold there? So they remove the soil from the gold. Remove the soil. As the soil is removed more and more, then the gold inside will start to glow. Before that, when it's mixed with the soil, it doesn't glow. Because it doesn't glow, we don't get the feeling that there's gold there. As the soil is removed more and more, then the gold inside start to glow. Then we are getting assurance that, okay, there's gold there. Likewise, we have this gold-like ultimate happiness, fearlessness, ultimate happiness is within us. It's within us. Each one of us, we have this. So only if you are confident only if you are confident with this, that I do have this seed of perfection. I do have this. Say, for example, say, which of the two is more precious? The diamond, 1 kg diamond in the showroom, diamond showroom, and when 1 kg diamond in the ditch.
Same.
Which is more precious?
Same.
Huh? Which is more precious? Hey? Same. Okay. In some other places, they don't know the value. In Israelis, you know the value, right? In other places, they say the one in showroom is more expensive, right? But that's not true. Just pick up this one from the dish, clean this up, and put in the showroom. This is one showroom diamond, right? So the diamond in the showroom is so clean. That is like the mind of the enlightened beings. But it's a diamond in the ditch, and particularly with the very dirty grease, you don't see diamond there. So that is like our mind, right? And particularly our mind of Sunday morning. Our mind of Sunday morning mind. Do you know what Sunday morning mind is like? Huh? Right, okay. So you know what it is. So here are fluctuations happening, right? Say Thursday evening, Friday evening, excited. Sunday morning, it goes down. So this fluctuation is the soil. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. This fluctuation, right? Feeling sad, feeling excited. This is not who you are. You are somebody who is forever calm. The real who you really are is somebody who is so calm, peaceful, fearless. No matter what external factors you encounter with, you meet with, you are forever peaceful, fearless, and with expansive happiness. This is who you are. Yet, we don't see that, right? We don't see that. Somebody comes with the birthday gift, you're so excited, right? And then say, I'm 50 now, somebody tells me that, oh, you look like 40, 30. Somebody says, you're like 40, I'm very happy. Somebody says, you're 30, I'm even more happy. Right? Somebody says, you're like 60, I feel so sad. Right? This is who we are. Look how even external words can easily fluctuate our state of the mind. We are so weak. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. Your true nature is not your true nature. For example, say the diamond that we are talking about, the diamond in the ditch. You see it very dirty. Is that the true nature of the diamond? No. Clean this and the true nature will come out. Likewise, clean your mind and the true nature will come out. The moment the true nature comes out, right, it will be marked with two qualities. The moment the true nature comes out, will be marked with two qualities. One is the fearlessness, and the other one is expansive happiness, infinite happiness. These are the two marks of your true nature coming out fully. And the manner in which these two come out is because of the infinite wisdom, infinite knowledge. Okay, infinite knowledge and wisdom together, and the infinite love and the infinite power. Infinite knowledge, infinite love, and the infinite power. So these three things are they intrinsically. But do we have this infinite knowledge? No, I have so much limitation with I have so much problem with my learning skills. Right? And what about love and affection? It's so biased. This is not who we are. This is just this superficial nature. Your true nature is unbiased love, infinite love towards others. The wisdom to see the reality as it is. So this wisdom will give you rise to fearlessness, and this unbiased love and affection gives rise to the infinite happiness. Okay, I'm correlating the two resultant states and the two causal states. The two resultant states, what are they? Fearlessness and the infinite happiness. These are two things that we are seeking. These are two resultant states. And the two causal states, what brings the fearlessness is your wisdom, and what brings the infinite, the happiness is the unconditional love, the unbiased love. Okay, so now the point is that this wisdom, this true nature, if it is there, what could be a question? I said that it is there within us. What could be a question?
Why don't we see?
Why don't we see that? Anyone else? Any question pertaining to this? What I said, that we have this true nature. And don't exaggerate. Never ever exaggerate. Always try to acquire skill where you stick to the reality. Don't exaggerate. Right? When we say that the true nature of your mind is so pure, don't exaggerate it. Yet it is true. It is true, don't exaggerate it. Right? You must know what the reality is. If you exaggerate, you will never learn how to get the objective reality. So for that matter, we must know, we must be so objective to know what really is there, and then accordingly you claim it. So the reality is that the true nature of mind is so pure, which is the nature of the fearlessness and the infinite happiness. Fearlessness because of the perfect wisdom, and the infinite happiness because of the unconditional love. So this is what we need to keep in mind. Now, what's the question? Huh? Okay, one is, Tipila, what did you say?
Why don't we see that?
Why don't we see it? One question. And why don't we get there? Number two. Anyone else? How what? How we get there? How can we get there? Anyone else? Huh? Okay, the measure comes later, right? Okay, they will take us to last stage directly.
How can we know it?
How can I know that it is true, right? How can I know that we have this nature? Beautiful. Any more questions? Okay. Yes, Eric?
Why do we have this power?
Okay. Why we have this power, or why we have this power?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why do
What to know why we have this nature? Why we have this power?
Okay, so we have to have this power. Not yet, we don't have this power yet. We don't have this power yet. We have this nature. We have this nature, right? So this power will come later. We have to awaken this nature, and the power will come to us. Okay, all these questions are there. One, how can we know that this is the reality? One. Once you know that this is the reality, then what obstructs this reality? We are not seeing this. Why we are not seeing this? Because there is something which obstructs us from seeing this. The gold. Why don't we see the gold there? Why don't we see the gold? Because of the soil. The soil obstructs the gold from glowing. Right? Soil. The next question is, after one knows that there's gold, number one, then we know that what obstructs the gold from glowing because of the soil. After knowing that, then what's the third? How to get rid of the soil. Okay, 2 questions. Right? 2 questions. This is so important. If you gain conviction in these 3 questions, right, you already got the secret of happiness. Right? And you will never hate yourself. Oftentimes, particularly amongst the youngsters nowadays, there are many cases of people complaining about, I hate myself. Right? I don't love myself. I hate myself. Why? Because that person is very successful. That boy is very successful. That girl is very successful. Why not me? Right? I'm so hopeless. I hate myself. Okay. So this all because one does not see this potential within. It is like, say, the beggar with the wealth, the treasure underneath the ground of that simple hut ground. As long as the treasure is not discovered, the person will remain as a beggar. The moment that treasure is discovered, the person is no more a beggar. Perhaps the richest person in that country. Likewise, as long as we don't discover this wealth within us, which is known as the Buddha nature, the Tathagata Karma, the ultimate treasure happiness within us, as long as we don't discover that, we can potentially hate ourselves when we see other people thriving, other people successful. We can potentially hate ourselves. Whereas the moment you realize, discover this, wow, I have this treasure. The moment you discover that, even if other people thriving far faster, far more than what you're doing, still you will not hate yourself. You will love yourself. You will only know that, okay, I need to put effort to get out of this mental dirt. Okay. So, for that, we're going to read the stanzas, right? Okay. I pay homage to the youthful Arya Manjushri. I bow to the Dharmadhatu. Okay, youthful Manjushri. Manjushri is the Buddha of wisdom. Buddha of wisdom, and in the Sutra system, he is the Bodhisattva of wisdom. And in Tantric system, he is the Buddha of wisdom. Okay, I don't want to go into detail. The next, I bow to the Dharmadhatu, which resides in every sentient being. But if they are not aware of it, they circle through the two realms. Okay, so it is like, say you have the treasure underneath your the floor of your house, and you don't discover that. And as long as you don't discover that, even you're not even aware of that, the presence of this treasure there, then you always keep begging. You feel yourself so inferior, but another person enjoying a lot, simply because the other person has discovered the treasure, right? So difference is not because that you are poor and the other person is both of you are rich. Only thing is he discovered or she discovered the wealth and you have not discovered the wealth. So it says, I bow to the Dharmadhatu, this treasure, the treasure of ultimate happiness within each one of us, which resides in every sentient being, whether you're Buddhist, non-Buddhist, whether you're believer, non-believer, whether boy, girl. So it is for this reason that in Buddhism there is equality, tremendous emphasis placed on equality. Why? Because this is the basic principle which governs the Buddha's teachings, that everybody has the seed of perfection. Whether you girl or boy, there's no difference. The boy's seed of perfection is 20 kg, and the girl's seed of perfection is 10 kg. No, this is not the difference. It's just the same. Because of this basic principle, the Buddha emphasized so much on the equality. Said that everybody is equal. So Buddha was the one who so courageously stood up in those days where there was a tremendous, say, the biases against the biases on the basis of the caste system, on the basis of the gender. Oh, the gender bias was terrible. In those days, the male chauvinism was just to the acute, extreme sign, male chauvinism. So the Buddha was so courageous because he saw that everybody is just same. There's no difference. In terms of the seed of perfection, it's just the same for everybody. There's no the seed of perfection is greater than the other. The male seed of perfection is much brighter than the girls. No, that's not true. Because he saw this. He is very unhappy to see the inequality in the community. So he so courageously, at one point, even Mao Zedong, the communist who doesn't believe in religion, said that Buddha is a great revolutionary. Right? So this is, and despite in those days so acute, when the male chauvinism was so acute, and then the differences in the people on the basis of the caste, it's just acute. Somebody's so servant, somebody's like always like divine, right? Even if you are so brilliant, if you're born in such a family, no hope. You are not really meant for that. You have to do your servant work. Even if you can be like Albert Einstein, you have no room. Just be there. Right? Don't try to act smart. This was the attitude in those days. And despite this, the situation there, he just brought about such a revolution there by abolishing all these what do you call it? The biases and the discriminations in the human society, and on the basis of gender as well. Okay, so this is what it is, which resides in every sentient being. But if they are not aware of it, they circle through the three realms. The third circle to three. Three realms meaning that the place where we are suffering, the suffering, this place is known as samsara. And samsara is divided into three. Samsara divided into three. For example, the whole world is divided into how many continents? 5, 7, 4. How many continents? Any teacher? How many continents? 5.
In Tibetan there's 4 and a half.
No. I'm talking not about the continents in the world. 5. What are they? Asia, Africa, Australia, Europe, South America, North America, Antarctica. There are 7. I said 7, you corrected me by saying 4, 3, 2. Okay, so 7 continents. Likewise, the whole samsara is divided into 3 groups, known as the 3 realms: desire realm, form realm, and formless realm. Form and formless realm, to take birth there, we need to have a very profound meditative experience. Profound meditation experience. Only then you can take birth in these 3 places: form realm and the form. These are the place of God and goddesses. God and God, the God realm, form and formless realm. The desire realm. Why the realm that we have taken birth is known as desire realm? It's because the beings in this place, in this realm, they are defined by obsession and desire to the sensual objects. Therefore, it is known as desire realm. You're getting it? Okay. Stanza 2. Due to just that being purified, which is such samsara's cause, this very purity is then nirvana. Likewise, dharmakaya is just this. For example, say you are fed up with keeping dirty things. You are fed up with keeping dirty things, and amongst the dirty things to be dumped, there is one object there which you don't identify it. Right? You are about to dump it. Oh, this is very dirty. So for you to see that in your house, it's like a burden. And then the Dharma expert comes. Dharma expert, okay, will you sell this to me? You're very happy, right? You are not even getting place to dump this. Now somebody is buying this from you. And yes, you can. Okay, is it all right? I give you 1,000 shekel. Wow, you're so happy. Then you start doubting. This must be something very precious. Actually, it is like 1 million shekel. What is that? It's 2 kg diamond. Right? Now he is trying to give you just 1,000 shekel, which means now you see the value. Otherwise, then what will you do? You will remove this. Remove the dirt and clean this. You see this diamond. It's not a garbage. It's not a garbage. It's a diamond there. Okay. Likewise, number 2. Due to just that being purified. So this seeming to be like a garbage which you otherwise you're going to dump. This when you purify that, before purifying this is a garbage which is such samsara's cause. For us, garbage is the metaphor for samsara, and purity is the metaphor for nirvana. So this same object, before you cleanse it, it is like a garbage, like samsara. So what is that? What is that object? Our own mind. You're getting it? Our own mind. Our own mind, when not purified today, our own mind is very complicated, right? Right? What makes this complicated? Tell me. 2 people come together, right? 2 people come together. Okay, let's say friends come together. Then initially there's little excitement happens there. Then you come together and stay more together. Then you come to know each other's mind more clearly, thinking, very complicated, right? Yes? You agree? Not agree?
Yeah.
Very complicated. In this world, most complicated thing is the mind. Most complicated, right? Whereas, say, for example, even if the house is very dirty, it's fine, right? Okay. Whereas with 2 people staying together, 3 people staying together, 4 people staying together, where the thinking is not resonating well, is very complicated, so complicated, right?